I noticed the driver hadn't taken a single turn the GPS suggested, but his calm voice when I asked about it chilled me more than the empty highway stretching ahead. He said, "Don't worry, I know a faster way." This happened last summer when I was visiting my cousin in another city. I didn't know the area well, so like most people, I used Uber to get around. One night, around midnight, I ordered a ride back to her apartment after hanging out with some friends. It wasn't anything out of the ordinary, just a typical late-night pickup. When the car pulled up, it looked normal. A black Toyota Corolla, clean interior, nothing sketchy at first glance. The driver was a man in his late 40s, maybe early 50s. He gave me a polite smile, asked my name, and I got in. He even had a bottle of water sitting in the cup holder, which I declined. Everything seemed normal, but the second we pulled away, I noticed something strange. His phone wasn't mounted anywhere. Most drivers I'd ridden with had the GPS on the dash or windshield, but his was just face down on the passenger seat. When I asked if he needed the directions, he chuckled and said, "Oh, I've been driving this area for years. I know all the shortcuts." At first, I brushed it off, but as the ride went on, I realized he wasn't following the route my app was showing. The blue line on my screen pointed one way, but he kept making different turns onto these. Quiet, empty side streets. Roads with barely any lights. I tried to convince myself maybe he really did know a faster route. Still, the pit in my stomach grew heavier with each turn. It wasn't just the roads, it was the way he drove. Slow. Too slow. Like he wanted to draw out the trip. The silence in the car became unbearable, so I nervously asked him how long he'd been driving for Uber. He paused a second too long before answering. "Oh, not long, but I used to be a taxi driver. I picked up a lot of people in my time." Then, under his breath, he added something I barely caught. Some more memorable than others. That's when I noticed the locks. His car doors didn't have the little pop-up knobs I could grab to unlock. The window controls on my side didn't work either. I pressed the button. Nothing happened. My pulse quickened as it dawned on me. I had no easy way out. Trying not to sound scared, I said, "Actually, can you let me out here? My cousin texted me. She's close by." He didn't slow down. He just looked at me in the rearview mirror. His eyes held mine a little too long. Then he smiled. Not a friendly smile, a knowing one. "Don't worry," he said softly. "I'll get you there." The air in the car felt heavier. I remember my hands were sweating, gripping my phone so tightly it hurt. I didn't know what to do. Should I call someone? Pretend to be on the phone? My mind raced. Finally, I quickly hit the Share Trip Minik feature on the Uber app and sent my live location to my cousin. I typed, "Something's wrong. Call me." Almost immediately, my phone buzzed. My cousin's voice came through too loud in the tense silence. "Hey, where are you? We're waiting outside." The driver's expression changed. His jaw tightened, eyes flicking to the road, then back at me through the mirror. He didn't say anything for a while. The car was crawling now, moving through a stretch of road with no houses, no lights. I swear I could hear my own heartbeat louder than the engine. Then, without warning, he turned sharply back toward the main road. His hands gripped the wheel so tightly I could see the veins in his knuckles. He didn't speak a word, just drove, fast now, almost recklessly, straight back into a well-lit area near my cousin's street. When he finally pulled over, I didn't wait for the car to stop completely. I yanked the handle, thankfully the child lock wasn't on, and stumbled out, nearly dropping my phone. He didn't even acknowledge me. No, "Good night," no, "Have a nice evening." He just sat there staring straight ahead as I slammed the door behind me. I ran up to my cousin's building, heart pounding. She was standing outside, waiting, and when she saw me, she immediately pulled me inside. By the time we looked out the window again, the black Corolla was gone. I reported the driver to Uber, of course. They told me his account was immediately suspended while they looked into it. But I never heard what came of it. What still keeps me up at night isn't just what happened. It is what didn't happen. The way he was driving, the look he gave me in that mirror. I can't shake the feeling that if I hadn't shared my trip, If my cousin hadn't called when she did, I wouldn't have made it home that night. And sometimes, when I'm sitting in the back seat of a rideshare late at night, I catch myself glancing at the driver's mirror, wondering if they're watching me the same way he did.